What are the silverbacks?
Please fasten driver seat belt.
Our logo, you see it blue. We call him Blue the Gorilla.
Yeah.
He got his eyes blacked out. He don't see no evil, hear no evil. He's here to do a job.
Dre, Big H y Triple C.
Because at the end of the day, I'm a king. And when I leave it, and when I take this uniform off, motherfuckers still gonna love me for who I am.
The silverbacks are what? They're a group.
It's a mentality.
Yeah.
And it's the guys we came up with.
Silverback Chronicles todos los lunes en todas plataformas.
How about that intro?
Fire.
I'm ready to go.
My peoples, what's up? It's your boys, we back, Silverback Chronicles podcast. It's your boy Big H. I got my brother Dre.
Que lo que es straight from La Tierra. That's it. I said straight from the motherland. Nah,
Word.
yeah.
Felt good going back for a little bit, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's different when you go to, I hate to say it, but when you go to a third world country, everybody just moves different.
Right.
And you come back here and you appreciate, the way we move out here. We don't got it nowhere near as bad as them. And it's like, we doing stupid stuff. Those people, if you don't make money, you don't eat. Like here, it's like, hey, you come through. There's like every day you don't know what's gonna happen. So you gotta like really be clever and move, and it's an eye opener, especially when you get out of those resorts. Yeah.
Being back home in DR was, did it feel good?
It felt amazing, You take your shoes off and you walk on that grass.
Right.
You feel connected.
Dip the toes in the water a little
A little bit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure.
That's it.
It
Yeah.
should feel like a bathtub, so you just jump in,
Proud of you, bro.
Appreciate it.
My peoples, we back. Episode 117. It's your boy Big H. We appreciate you. Listen, shout out to our first responders. Shout out to everybody that's on the job. Shout out to all our nurses, our social workers. Special shout out to y'all. We have a phenomenal episode for you tonight. Don't forget the episode. Don't forget the website, www.silverbackchronicles.com. You'll find all your latest merch. Shout out to my man Charlie Schultz. Shout out to our brother John Bernthal. We love you, brother. Don't forget Real Ones. He's taking a little break. They'll be back in a few short weeks with some new hotness. Dre, what else you got?
I want to shout out Jamie Hector. I want to shout out
Word.
my brother Daryl Brick Gibson. But I also want to shout out, I don't know if y'all know this, but my beard's been a little thick.
Watch your mouth, son.
You know what I'm saying? A little luscious.
Right.
And I'm going to give all the thanks to the beard goddess. Her website is The Cert Effect. She came through. She said, this is what you need. I gotta be, I'm more into it, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the last little patch of hair I have.
Right. He got the sunroof for life.
You know what I'm saying? Sunroof.
Right.
I got the roof off.
Off.
You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Roof off.
That's it.
So she came
Straight
through.
grease from here on out.
That's it.
That's
Shine
it.
it up.
Slick.
And it smell good too.
Smell good. She got the natural, yeah.
Yeah.
The Cert Effect, Silverback Chronicles for the 10%.
What is it?
Silverback Chronicles,
Silverback Chronicles for 10%.
10%.
Shout out to Miss Heaven.
But yo, I'm happy with my hair. I wish she did it for the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all good.
I'll look like you right now. I'll be good.
I'm on my
I'll be
Django
good.
shit right now. What?
What'd you say?
He said it's done.
It's over.
A long time ago, shout out to Asim. He's one of my old barber. I was sitting in his chair and he was like, yo, Dre, you only got like 3 haircuts in you. I said, what?
So it's time.
He was looking at the crown. He was like,
It ain't it.
he's like, you got 3, maybe 2.5 haircuts
Word.
before you gotta let it go.
You remember LL Cool J, the video going back to Cali? He was in the drop top. That's what you have from here on out.
I said, it's okay,
It's all good.
but I got this.
Right. Now
Luscious.
that's a world of a difference.
Luscious.
It's soft too.
Right.
Remember
And it's
in the episode that she came, I I said, what's wrong with my bitch? She touched, she was like, ew. Because it was all like,
Yeah.
now it's soft.
Right.
It does look really nice.
Shout out to the beard
Do you want
guys.
to touch it?
Alright.
Let me see. Oh, that is really soft.
It is soft?
That's nice.
And all the products
It's
are
not
made here in
scratchy.
Maryland.
Right. All here in Maryland.
Like
Yep, all here in Maryland.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Wait a minute, Tati touched me?
Shit.
It'll be a good episode.
Okay.
Let me stop.
It's gonna be a real good episode. I'm on my Django shit. I said, yo, I'm just growing it.
Oh, natural.
Yeah.
I like it.
Plus my barber, you know, shout out to him though. I'm I got to see him next week. I need a shaper. Yeah, you see.
It's so bad that Caleb's barber sometimes I'll be like, yeah, my barber. I'm like, Dre, that's not your barber, dog.
Hey, yo,
That's his barber. You just shapes your joint up.
I was at the office. One of the ladies came up to me. She said, Ralph, I see you growing your hair. I said, yeah. I said, not to mention my barber been on vacation for the week. See, yeah.
That'll do it.
I'm gonna see him next week.
Yo, but it shows,
No, it looks good though. I see you growing it. Yeah, you know, I
but
appreciate
it
it.
shows you faithful.
Absolutely.
You're faithful to, you know.
Listen, I can't go to nobody else because, listen, God forbid if I get the 5-yard penalty and they push your hairline back a little
Oh
bit, that's
my
going to be a
God.
problem. So that's, you know, I'm loyal. I'm loyal, especially because that's important. That's important when it comes to male grooming. I love going to get my feet done. I do,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I love I enjoy that. My haircut, it takes him about a good hour and a half.
Are you serious?
Yes.
He put some time into
He puts love into it. You know what I'm saying?
it. Wow.
Word. Shout out to my brother DC. That's my barber. Men's Tentorio Hair Salon out in PG County.
What is the
Holla.
name of it?
Men's Tentorio.
Wow.
Yeah. It's different.
It's,
The love in there. Shout out to DC. That's my brother. So yo, he takes his time on my hair, right? Then he put in this old school, puts the chair back, and then he shaves me.
Mm.
Then he shampoos my hair.
I see how this takes an hour now.
Absolutely. Right. Listen, the old school, the hot towel, place it over your face, and I'm chilling. I don't got a care in the world.
That's for the exfoliation.
Exfoliation. Then he shaves me, and yo, I swear, it's like
It's an experience.
every man should have that.
Good barbers are hard to come by.
They really are.
They are.
Absolutely.
My husband can testify to that. He lost his. Lottie.
Oh, he got a sunroof too?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
he's working on it. But
Working on it?
Yeah, he's working on
You
it.
got it cracked open.
Losing a little bit? Okay.
Yeah.
Cracked open.
Oh,
you know,
shit.
you like
Hey, yo,
He don't got a forehead, he got a fifth head.
I will never say that about
my man,
nobody.
It's all listen, love is love. It's gonna happen to everybody at one time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One day. I just got phenomenal genes to where my shit ain't going nowhere.
Well, he's Puerto Rican, so he's got phenomenal genes too. So I don't know.
yeah.
That's what's up.
Oh, man.
I hear that. Listen, that's another story.
She getting
Anywho.
two snaps.
Right, she said she
She
did that
here
shit
for
2
him.
snaps and the twist.
Yeah.
Nah, but his barber,
Shout out to him.
he was killed last year. So finding
You
a
remember
new
that?
one,
Who, his barber?
You
yeah,
don't remember that?
I didn't know that.
That shit came out of nowhere. Wow.
yeah.
Oh, we could jumping right into it.
Yeah,
I mean-
sorry to hear that.
Let him introduce you first before we.
Oh,
Yeah, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Shit. Okay.
what we talking about?
listen,
barbers?
right, we just started
That's
jumping
all I
into
know.
it.
I don't have a barber.
But we got to lay the red carpet out. Ladies and gentlemen, first
have
time
to.
ever, we have 2 crime lab technicians that are on the job. They're going to let you know how vital they are to our existence of policing. Coming to casework, crime scenes, how important it is. Their job is paramount because that helps us get the bad guys. With no further ado, we have Tatiana.
Hello.
And we have our lovely Kelly. Tatiana was with the city, but she left us. I'm not mad at her. I get it. But her experience is paramount, just like Kelly's. And they're going to let the world know how important crime lab technicians are to our survival in our cases.
We're gonna do our best.
Please.
Yeah. Like, I want people to know. I love my job.
Tatiana, well, come on, Tati, let me know.
I'm not gonna lie. Like every time you see Crime Lab, y'all always like in good moods, having fun. I clearly can tell y'all having.
Some of us.
I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna
right.
say it. I was
Ah!
gonna say it.
I
wasn't
mean,
gonna say
I
it.
do what y'all say.
Well, for the world, for those that don't know, the technicians come out, say if there's a homicide or a dead body in the street.
Yes,
Of
sir.
course, officers are the first on scene, the first responders. So we go out, we identify what we have. Once the scene is deemed clear and it's carted off the scene with the crime scene tape and everything, and all investigators come on hands. The crime lab technicians, they come on board. They take the shell casings. They take the subjects or the suspect, whoever's on the floor. Unfortunately, they're paramount in picking up. They're paramount in getting things together for us because they help out with our case. And Miss Tatiana's gonna start it off.
Oh,
So,
I am? Okay.
what do you guys do? Or you or Kelly? Who wants to do it?
Go ahead, Cal. You start. You the OG
She's the vet.
here.
She's the
Yeah,
OG.
you
You
the
OG.
vet. Like I'm new, and
Okay,
you know,
okay.
like I
I
know
got
what I'm
10
doing. but-
years.
Yes, go ahead.
So I'm an old lady, but
you know.
our primary goal when we go to a scene is to identify, collect, and preserve any evidence that might help identify who our suspect is in the case.
Mhm.
So,
How important is that for the officer, the lead investigator?
Damn
How's it
important.
important to that case?
Damn
I always
important.
tell people when we train them, like processing the scene is one thing, but your end goal should always be court.
Ding ding ding.
Because you can arrest somebody, but if it doesn't go through the whole process and they don't get convicted, or we don't find the
Absolutely.
person who's actually responsible, then they're walking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what good are we doing? So
From the beginning, I'm gonna say shout out to y'all because
Word.
you know, like, you know, in his unit, he sees something different.
Yeah,
I see one thing. Y'all unit, y'all see everything,
Right.
that is true.
like legit everything.
I think in a police officer's career, we see more because we don't get domestic calls and we don't have to respond to accidents and things like that. So you guys are busy, but our day-to-day calls are bodies, burglaries, assaults, cuttings, robberies. It's
it's.
I mean, you show up to a
constant.
domestic if somebody got hit, stabbed.
I mean, yeah,
or shot,
but
yeah.
also like I think one thing that we talk about a lot too is like we always, for the most part, are going to see someone on their worst day. Like we're gonna go to a residential B&E and somebody's house just got broken into, and like they just got back from vacation, they just got home from work, and it's like that's the worst day for them because they got whatever stolen from their house. Or we're gonna go see a shooting and the body's on scene and the family just heard about it and they roll up to the scene, and so that's their worst day. So we're always there. You guys as officers, you guys get to see some good things. You guys get to see some good things happen or good outcomes, but I think that's one thing I like to preach is like we typically see people on their worst day
Now,
every
say,
day for us.
if you go on scene in reference to, say, you get a residential B&E,
Mm-hmm.
what's that process like getting inside the location? Once the officer lets you know tentatively where the suspect gained entry inside the residence, where they left the residence.
we're
What is-
laughing because
I know.
you officers love to tell us how to do our job.
Well,
but like do this, and this, and like
here's my
just hold off 1 second, and you tell me the story, and I'll tell you what I can do for you.
I like that. Yes.
Yeah, it's just
my laughter was coming from we don't always have an officer on scene for residential B&E.
Oh yeah, not in the city.
Definitely not in the city.
You guys are too busy.
Yeah, yes, there's a lot going on, so y'all just go
So
on to
what
the
do you-
next call.
Really?
Yeah, so we
So-
just be there with the suspect, or I'm sorry, the victim. Sometimes the suspect comes back. That's happened.
Like,
Yo, I forgot something. I
I
locked
left
the
my gun
door.
right there. Can I grab that real quick?
Oh no, then
Nah,
not.
I'm joking.
If only they were that
I'm
nice.
joking.
We have
If only.
domestic burglaries, so
Yeah.
boyfriend comes
Yeah.
in and steals some stuff that was his.
Her cell phone.
Is it hard to retrieve fingerprints?
That's I mean, it depends.
Just say from residential B&E where the officer
No,
think they came from the
because-
window or the door.
No, I
Cat
mean,
burglar.
the
What's a good
task-
percentage of identifying that individual?
that's beyond me because once I lift those prints and I submit that, then it's going to go to a latent print analyst and they're going to have to decide, who and make that identification. But
There's
like for us,
there's a lot of factors that go
yes,
into
a
leaving
lot
the
of
print
factors.
too. So like in the summertime,
You sweaty?
you're sweaty, so you have a lot of oils. So when you touch something, you're gonna leave it behind. But in the winter, you're dry. If you don't put lotion on, your skin dries up. So if you touch that window, you're not necessarily gonna leave a print behind. So winter is difficult months for us to, for point of entry and point of exit at least.
You gotta think about dirt, dust that's left behind on the window or wherever the entry is, because I can see an outline of maybe where somebody's hand was.
It's a finger mark.
But that finger mark that took away the dirt and the dust or whatever was there. So it's not gonna deposit the actual pattern that we need to see and lift so that someone can analyze it. It's just going to leave a mark that somebody was there. So if your window's all dirty and dusty, I can't get nothing from it.
And most windows are
very
filthy.
dirty. Because of crime scene, I keep my windows nice. I keep them nice.
Isn't that crazy? The stuff you see on the job, you come back in your personal life.
Absolutely.
And you're like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Especially if you're a nasty motherfucker.
Right. Yeah, why would we not do that? Yeah.
Like I could never. And it's like not in my brain is wired this way, but like hoarders, oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, it's insane. I could never be a hoarder. I'd be like, nope, throw it out. Throw that shit out. Yes.
Absolutely.
You know what's the worst? Going to a dead body who was a hoarder. How the hell am I supposed to get into this house and process nothing?
You know what's crazy though? As a courtesy, hoarders, they do leave a path.
A path.
You're not wrong. You're not. Yes, it is wide enough.
It's like, oh.
It'd be like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to walk. All right.
I had a hoarder.
Like
it was in the Western District, and she had a pathway, but it was like there was a pile of stuff on the pathway. So you weren't walking on the floor. You were walking on a pathway of stuff. And she had cats. And I mean, my ankles are not very strong. So like,
are we getting into that now?
Yeah, I have weak ankles, so I fall quite often on scenes, which is very embarrassing. I do.
You've never heard about Kelly falling?
Kelly has fallen. Big. I don't know. I got wide legs.
Kelly has fallen multiple times on scene.
Multiple, and it's on body cam and everything. But
do you wear boots?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
We do. We're ankle support.
I just fall.
You just tip over.
I do.
She do. It was a rock. Wait, what was it? It was a rock. Like, she tripped on a rock.
I have the rock in an envelope posted to my wall at work.
That made her fall.
And I always tell people that the rock made me fall.
It made you fall.
The Rock, like, Dwayne Johnson. The Rock.
Oh, The Rock.
The Rock.
He made you fall.
Yes, it has to be a good story at least.
This is
and then we get the real one.
Yeah. But this particular hoarder had cats. So when I was walking and I kind of tipped, but I didn't fall because she had so much stuff.
Right.
So I just leaned on the stuff. And when I got out, I was like, oh, there's cat hair on me and I'm itching like crazy. So we stopped on Fulton and I think Lawrence, which is a terrible place in the middle of the night.
How about that?
But I don't care. I was like, I need to get some of this off of me because I'm itching terribly. So I'm trying to wipe it off of me. It was awful. So yeah, hoarders are terrible.
And with all that equipment you guys carry, going back and forth during that little hoarder's path, I'm sure that's not the best.
Well, if it's just a burglary, you're okay. It's just a box.
I feel like as crime scene technicians, we have learned to make sure we know how to manage all the shit we got to carry. I mean, I also used to serve, so that's another thing. But I could our vest helps because we got pockets and shit in there.
It probably actually helps me balance myself so I don't fall.
We got a bag. We got a bag of our latent print, a bag of our evidence marker.
Yeah.
All right, so. Question for both of you guys.
Okay.
Why crime lab technicians? What led you to that journey? What led you to that career path? What made you want to get? Because Kelly, you got 10 years on, right?
I know. Yeah,
I do.
All right. So why crime lab technician? Why? What was your why for doing it?
I am from Baltimore City, so I grew up.
Part?
Fells Point.
Fells Point?
Southeast. So Highlandtown. Yeah. And I mean, I didn't have a bad childhood, but I grew up around drugs and violence, domestic violence.
No, not in the city.
Right.
Absolutely.
Never.
Absolutely.
Unfathomable.
And
I like that.
My family suffered certain things through different crimes. So it was you want to see justice for those people who, the families more so,
right.
that suffers through things. So it was always something that I wanted to do, but I grew up in the city. So, I got mixed up in some stuff that I probably shouldn't have. I didn't go the normal route. I didn't graduate high school, walk across the stage. I got my GED. But I did go to school. I went to college after that. I went to BCCC for my associates.
Good for you.
And then I transferred that to University of Baltimore, where I got my Bachelor of Forensic Science.
Holla.
Because that's a requirement, right?
Yes.
For your position.
Yes, you need a bachelor.
Yeah, you do.
A minimum.
Minimum.
But even if you have a bachelor, you get paid the same as people with a master's.
And nowadays it don't even matter. It don't even matter.
I'm still winning.
No, that's beautiful.
You are.
That's beautiful how you kept going.
So Tati,
So why?
where are you from?
I am originally from New Jersey.
Oh, shit.
Born and raised.
The
Yes.
What part? What part?
Jersey girl. Tom's River. Right by the water.
Home of
So-
Frankie Edgar. Holla.
Yes. But yes, I grew up watching those shows. Like I would always, why are you laughing at me?
He's laughing at me. Because
Because you know Frankie Edgar?
Absolutely.
I met him.
You met him?
Yeah.
So I used to not bartend. I used to work at like one of the on
He's
the
a
boardwalk.
UFC champ, bro.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, I met
he's
him
from.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
I think like UFC 83 or 87.
I couldn't tell you what number.
His people, yeah.
But like he
Back
he
in
was
the
cool with
90s.
the people like that own the restaurant I used to serve at and stuff.
That's dope.
It's dope.
I'm mad at you. Anyway, I used to watch those CSI shows. All those shows I used to watch. Well, it was CSI, like the OG Las Vegas. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely a nerd. Like my mom always be like, "You."
That's
you
what's
a
up.
nerd.
Ain't nothing
So
wrong
We're
with
the
that.
cool nerds.
Wow.
though.
we
Nerds
are.
like
Yeah.
run the world right now.
So I would watch that show and then I'd be like, oh, this is so cool. Like, I want to do this. And my dad would always tell me, he's like, you know, it's not real, right? Like it's fake what they do on this show. So my dad was like, you got it. He would make us do like book reports and stuff during the summer. He was always making us learn something new.
That's
That's
what's
dope.
up.
So when
Wow.
when I was telling them like, oh, I want to do like this crime scene stuff, he's like, look up the real stuff. Look up how they actually do it. Look up, the real job and then see if you want to do it. I had a really great high school chemistry teacher. And again, being a nerd, I was like, man, I love science. And so like between the two, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to school for forensics and like do drug chemistry. Because I loved lab work, like loved being in the lab, all the research or whatever we did. And so I went to Taos University for my undergrad.
Hey.
I graduated with my bachelor's in forensic chemistry.
Nice.
But
Forensic
during
chemistry.
forensic chemistry, yeah.
Only thing I remember is the periodic table.
It's a good
Potassium.
start.
And I know
There you
that.
go.
Really good
What's
start.
the
I know
symbol
like
for
3 letters from
potassium?
PT.
No.
What is it?
That's platinum. K.
That's platinum.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why
There
he
you
knows
go.
platinum, though. Platinum.
How about H2O?
8. That's hydrogen.
Yeah.
12.
Oxygen.
Is an O.
It's no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but
thought
during
it
my
was,
undergrad, I had crime scene courses. And shout out to Dr. Coleman. She's my friend now, which is so fun.
That's what's up.
She was my professor, now she's my friend. And she was like, she's like my idol. I'm like, I'm gonna become her. And I feel like I have become her.
She has. She teaches.
I do teach. So
Wait, you teach like at a school?
I teach at Loyola University.
What?
Shout out Loyola University. If you want
Wait,
to
you're
do
a
crime
professor?
scene, I am an adjunct professor, yes.
Professor Anderson.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Good for you.
Thank you, thank
That's
you.
That
amazing.
is so dope.
But yeah, that's essentially how I got into it. I love the job because I like to help people. And I feel like I am helping people in some way. Because like I said earlier, like our job, we see people on their worst day. So if I can make somebody feel like a little bit better about their day that might have fucking sucked, at least I was there. That's how I got into it.
That's dope.
Thanks.
And you love it.
I absolutely love it.
So
I miss
your
the
degree's
city.
in forensic lab. and
Oh wait,
yours is
also
in
I
what?
have my master's
Forensic
too.
science.
What'd you get your
Is there a
master's?
difference?
My master's is forensic studies.
She might have taken some more chemistry classes than me.
What did we talk about? I'm sorry.
The question was,
They want to know what the difference is between our degrees. So I have my bachelor in forensic science. Yours is in.
Mine
it's all
was-
based off of schools too.
Yeah, like mine was specific forensic chemistry where like I had analytical chemistry, I had organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, death analysis. So like everything was like geared towards forensics in the science aspect.
I definitely would have sat next to you.
Yeah, University of
Yeah, I'd be like,
Baltimore.
Mommy.
Hands down.
Yeah, their program is
What's
pretty much
the
like
answer
that.
to
I got,
number
slight, I got
Yeah.
Cyclops
Oh,
vision, son. You could be over there, and I'm Gucci.
Like this.
Those classes are not easy.
I go up to you like, yo,
They're not.
Yeah,
how we doing on this test?
it was.
You remember that in school?
Hell yeah.
Before you go
I'm
to
like,
class.
yo, how we gonna do
Hey, how
this
we
test
gonna do
today?
this?
My man.
Hey,
Where you sitting?
Word.
best
It don't
friend-
matter.
my best friend always told me, C's get degrees, girl.
C's
You're
get
good.
degrees?
Just
Yeah, my head
because
coach
those
told me
science classes were rough.
It's not gonna lie, they were rough.
it's
Organic
so good.
chemistry is
Oh, organic chemistry.
it's a 2 semester
I
class.
took Orgo 1. I took Orgo 1 and Orgo 2. Orgo 2 was a
This is
bane
cool.
of mine.
It's a different beast.
Orgo.
That's
It
crazy.
was a lot. Organic chemistry, yes. It was. Again, I'm gonna sound like a
I
nerd.
would
It was fun. Like it was fun because you have to solve a problem. Like I mix this chemical with this chemical. What am I gonna get if I do that? Like it's cool.
I
liked
think
it.
it's safe to say like this unit might be the smartest unit
Absolutely.
in all the departments. In every
And then
department.
tell them what else about us.
However,
And then
we
tell
do
them-
not get that credit. We do not get that credit.
we may be the most educated. I have my master's degree, and I am highly underpaid. Highly underpaid.
But we
I mean,
love it.
That's why you're a
I
professional.
do, yes. So I do a lot of outreach stuff too. Like I like to go to high schools, and again, I mean that's why I teach. Like I want to get other people excited about this. But like when I go do those outreach, then inevitably a student will be like, "So what's the pay like?" And I hesitate for a moment. I'll be like, I really like my job.
Right.
I really love my job.
But
I mean,
it's
that's the
important
passion
that you
for it.
love your job.
Absolutely.
The pay is important. However, if you love your job, then it's not hard getting up and going there.
Absolutely.
So
It's not a selling feature though.
no, and
For me, it
BPD
never
is
has
definitely
been.
not the selling feature.
Absolutely
It's
not.
rough.
Absolutely not. It's embarrassing to know what we started at when I graduated with my master's degree.
She started with more than I started with because she started sooner. That every year it goes
It
up.
goes up just a little bit.
So like the cost
It's
of living,
embarrassing,
she probably came in what I was making at the same time.
And with more experience.
It's okay though. It's all right though.
I mean, that's how it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
Not gonna lie.
Just to let you know, that's not the police department's fault.
Right.
I'm just
No,
saying.
absolutely no. I don't blame anyone. I think maybe society needs to look at how important we are because I mean, go ahead and see how well you guys do without a crime lab, and
Absolutely.
then come to us.
That is the
We will
unfortunate
be
part.
fine.
Because while we do, I do trust our officers. I do. I know that there have been some issues that we've had in the department, but all in
That's
all,
every
like
department, you know?
that's everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
but there's bad apples within
Everywhere.
our own unit. So it's like I trust you guys enough, but if you're in court, who are they? If they look at a BPD officer versus a crime lab tech, who are they going to believe? That's why it's important for us to.
Well, that's the thing too. Yeah,
Do our job.
We do most of this shit. Y'all do too. Like we have to go testify.
That's the,
Yeah.
worst. That's the hardest part of the job. Is
Really?
testifying in court. Yes, absolutely.
Why?
But-
When you got all the facts.
Because sometimes the facts don't always support.
Because that's what we're there for. We're there for an unbiased.
They don't always
not even
support
opinion, but
what
like we're
the
there.
prosecution's case is. So I can go and I can lift hundreds of prints and I can get two or three samples of DNA and it's still not come back to our defendant. Right.
Mhm.
But it's just I'm telling you what I did.
That's the only thing you can say is what you have and what you investigated to help along the
Yeah.
process.
They don't like that. Though.
You can't recreate shit.
But if you have a good enough defense attorney,
Right.
they know.
They're gonna get you stuttering.
Not that's
And not, not even that, but like they're gonna know how to make you look dumb to the jury,
Right.
make you
They're gonna
look like you're
manipulate you.
incompetent to the jury. The
Absolutely.
jury be like, "Oh, I didn't." Why the last time I went to go testify, the defense was like, "So did you do DNA on the scene?"
do DNA.
Why not? And I just had to I had to stop and be like, "The fuck
do
you just asked me?
DNA.
Did I do
What is
DNA?"
I don't know. I was gonna ask you.
And
what
the
is that?
judge, it don't mean nothing.
Do DNA.
Do DNA.
The judge was
That
like,
just sound
Is that a
professional.
thing?
"Do you mean?" He also asked me, "Why did I wear gloves when I was touching the evidence?" So they brought out whatever the
What?
item of
Really
evidence
asked you that?
was,
Seriously?
and so I take my gloves out of my pocket because they want to demonstrate what item of evidence I took from this scene. I said, "Is this where you recovered?" Yeah. Defense. Why did you put gloves on? And I like, so then I'm looking like, wait, why
Did you
did I
laugh?
put
Like, were
clothes
you
on?
like,
That's the hardest.
why
part,
would
is
they ask
keeping
me
your,
that?
Your facial expressions composed in
Yeah.
court because you're like,
I'm
I
half
know this
Italian.
is
My
being
hands be like
recorded and I
all
know
over.
that they
I'm
see
like,
me.
check it out.
Yeah.
that's wild.
It is, yeah.
I've had quite a bit of experience in testimony, and I can say it's the worst when you're on stand and you have to admit that you might have done something wrong.
But that's the best thing you can do.
Oh,
You can't
that's
do
the
nothing
worst.
else about it.
But you know,
You can't
like I
do
said,
nothing
I
Be
else.
honest.
I'm a senior technician, so I try to tell people like the best thing to do is just tell the truth. Like if there's a possibility that you made a mistake, hey, there's a possibility.
I mean, you're showing up to a scene. There's families crying. There's
Coming under the
blood,
tape.
shell casings. You know, there's a car shot. You know, the babies are crying, and the officers are pulling you guys all different directions. Like, yeah.
But I mean,
you guys are human,
I'll
it
say
happens.
it goes even simpler than that. And I'll say, because I gave this example to my students. There was an officer that recovered from an officer recovered.
Are you gonna tell your students to listen to this episode? As you should.
Did I cuss?
No.
No.
Okay,
You're
I'll
doing
tell them.
straight. You're amazing.
I'll tell them. Let's do it.
Professional.
So an officer recovered 2 bottles of alcohol from like a commercial robbery or something, and it was a big ass bottle. Oh, okay, they can't listen to it now. It was a big ass bottle of Maker's Mark.
They can. Everybody said ass.
A big ass bottle of Maker's Mark, and like Hennessy or something, whatever it was.
You need
Nice
the honey.
drinks.
I
You need the
can't.
honey.
We can't
Maker's Mark ain't bad
submit. We can't submit
That's a good night.
any liquids or food items to evidence because it's gonna. What if that bottle falls and breaks and alcohol's everywhere? Whatever. So
Right.
rules of evidence: you don't submit food and liquid, whatever. So I have to dump
Especially in Baltimore City.
all of this
We have
alcohol
rats.
out, and it's like it was a full. It wasn't even open. Actually, the Maker's was not even open.
It wasn't
So I
open?
have to take the seal off this bottle
It hurts.
and
And
dump
she
it
hurts.
out, and that shit hurts,
Put that
right? It
motherfucker in a bottle
hurts.
of
That would
water.
hurt me
I'm
too.
like, damn, all this money, and it's a big ass bottle. So I'm telling them like, yeah,
believe that.
I just gotta pour all this alcohol out. Like, what? That sucks. And like, why didn't you just leave a little bit for you on the side, like just put it in a cup or whatever? I'm like, integrity. Our whole job is about integrity because no matter like the simplest thing, I just saved myself a little. I just took a little shot from it,
Right.
and then that's gonna. If somebody found out about that, that's gonna put that little seed of doubt in that jury's mind and be like, "Yo, fuck this technician. They're dirty. They can't do it. Fuck this. We don't trust them." And I don't want to make sure that I can do my job.
Absolutely.
Especially in Baltimore City. Because most of them are either sleeping because they don't care. to
Not
be
an
there,
out like the one that just happened.
Or if or if they hear that, they're like, they don't know. They fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
They fucked up.
And then you got a mistrial, and then you got to come back. No, it's not worth it. It's never worth it. Never worth it.
I have a question. Like,
Okay.
how close is it to like, because everyone wants to do forensics until they understand like, oh, it's not like CSI. Is it?
Okay,
like-
so you mean CSI like the TV shows?
yeah.
It's a
love
CSI.
it.
Because people ask us jobs. I mean, they ask us, oh, you guys are cops like the TV shows. Is CSI similar to y'all?
So I think the biggest misconception, especially when we show up to people's houses for like a burglary or something, they're like, it's just you. It's like, you got me.
Expecting a whole
Like,
team.
What else do you want? They're like, where's the whole team at? Where is all, this fancy getup? It's like,
the people with the
you got me
with
in
the,
a box, like, and a
the
camera.
Ebola-
Let's
the-
go.
That's literally,
the
yeah.
people with the Ebola suits.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you got us. So it's like that's probably the biggest misconception with the TV shows. But I like the TV shows. They're entertaining. They have to be entertaining. If they're not, then and at least that sparks people's interest
Right.
in it. Because we need people in the field.
I
We
think
need people that are interested in it.
I think people don't realize how much work we put into it. Like they don't, like it's one, we're not on scene for 45 minutes and we're out and we solve the crime. Like that's, I think most people have gotten that through their head, but like there's a lot more work than just what we do at the scene. Like we got to leave and we got to go label all of our evidence. We got to go write a report about all of our evidence. Maybe we got to go make a final sketch. So it's not just the scene. Like there's a lot more afterwards.
Too.
Yeah, we don't stand in line and wait at ECU. You know, we get to
skip you
jump
guys.
the line.
That VIP.
But yeah, like we
have a
still got
little
more to
status.
do. Like once we leave the scene, and then sometimes, I mean, in the city. This don't happen where I'm at now, but when we leave one call, we got to go to another call. So you got to make sure you got everything straight because you can't cross any evidence over with each other. You can't submit something from a B&E that actually came from a shooting. You got to make sure you got your shit together. So there's a lot more that we do than just.
It sounds like a lot of rules, like a lot of like.
Well, we are an accredited lab.
Yes.
In the country, right? In the country.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Shout out
So,
to y'all, man.
we have a lot
That's
of
so
rules.
dope.
Yeah, because y'all busy, especially in the city.
A little,
You're not
little bit.
working.
You know, I have to say, because
I don't know about how
I'm a
Canada,
vet, that I've been there long. When I first came,
You was just snapping off.
That's not fair. Go ahead, Kel.
I had like 2 calls for the night. and
No, I had
Right.
times have definitely changed.
We have one homicide for this year, and I had it.
shit. Uh-oh.
I'm just kidding. Keep going.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I was like, here's the thing though. I was like so gung ho going to that scene. I got caught. So like we have on call at Howard County. We at BPD we're a 24-hour unit. There are multiple people there all fucking day. Howard County is very different. There's 5 of us. There's supposed to be 5 of us. I'm not gonna go into that.
For the whole county. Jeez.
For the whole county. So we have an on-call shift from midnight to 7 a.m. So they call me out at like 2-something in the morning and they're like, yeah, like we got this shoot. This guy's dead. And we're shooting. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like I get out there and I will never forget. I pulled up and every officer in the county is there because like, we're like, oh my God.
I was gonna say,
So
no shade,
every-
they really know
That crime scene must have looked like Times Square.
Everyone is there.
Seriously.
So I hop out my van and I'm like excited
You
because
got
I
a van, I thought you got a Lambo.
Right.
Anyway.
She pull up with the bourbon and shit. You know what I'm saying?
So I come out and it's like 2:33 in the morning and I'm like, good morning, hi guys. And they're like, and one man said to me, it's not a good morning. Oh, never mind. My bad. I was excited to be there. I was gonna do my job.
Someone died.
They're like, ma'am, can you please take this seriously? I was
Like,
"Oh, my
this is
bad."
I am.
I don't know who it was. Like, I don't think it was an officer because it was just like he was wearing plain clothes, but I don't know who he was. But he said it's literally like as I walked past, it's not a good morning.
I know you was like,
Why?
what?
Why? Because your sleep was interrupted.
Somebody
motherfucker?
died, and I'm
somebody
like,
died.
and it happens every day.
Good and bad thing now.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
It is.
Like I wasn't like.
But she's
I
not used.
wasn't
But she's not used
jovial,
to
like
it.
I
though.
wasn't like skipping on the damn scene, but I was
She's
just
just
like,
ready to work.
I was like,
Right.
Ready to work.
I'm a
Ready to do
very
your
pleasant
thing.
person. I get pleasantries, so I'm like, good morning,
He was like,
how are you? And they're like,
he said, it's fucking
Not-
2:30. It's not a good day.
yeah, this bitch. They all know I'm from the city too. They're like, this fucking bitch.
Yeah, his fucking bootlaces probably a slide to the side like, this is
She's
bullshit.
probably like, are you kidding me?
Right.
Supposed to go home by
I should be fucking asleep
She
right
said it was a good morning.
Right. On duty, yes. Yes.
Bro, like, are you serious?
It's insane.
I was
Do what you gotta do, please.
Yeah.
And they're all up in my face. What you doing now? Can I
So then
help?
what happened?
I mean, I just processed the scene. It was unfortunately not. The
It was
most
probably
interesting scene.
it's probably the most quietest, like
Everyone's like, "Can I hold that for you? Can I help you? You need?" I'm like, "Oh my, leave me alone."
She's like, I'm good. I do
I'm
this shit by
good.
myself. I'm
I've
like,
done this
Plenty
couple
of
of
times,
times.
right.
A couple of times. I'm good.
couple of
I
hundred
mean,
times.
yeah, like it was nice. I'm like, dang, all these people offering help. I'm good though.
Except for your boy that was probably on the side, like
Right.
said it was a good morning.
Done yet.
he must have been primary.
Right, probably.
Bullshit.
Right.
I don't know who it was. 'Cause
They had one of these
it
for 2
happened
years.
behind me. Like it happened.
Bullshit.
He's drinking his coffee, looking at her like,
Right.
I'm like, my bad.
I'm not gonna submit, am I? You are?
Oh wait, here's the thing too. So like we have these rules, like like our SOP, whatever, standard operating procedure, and so my rules now at Howard County are different than BPD, and so I guess I was just like in BPD mode. I can submit money. We are not allowed to submit money
We're
at
not
BPD.
allowed to send money, drugs, or jewelry. Anything
Yes.
of monetary
So
value.
just drugs, I am not allowed to recover and submit. But there was some money on scene, and I'm just like, all right, here, who's taking this, whatever. And they're like, they're looking at me like, why can't you just take it? And I was just like, here, like, God, why they gotta be like this? Just take the money. And then so, I go back to the office. I'm doing my report, whatever. And so my technical leader comes in and she's like, Did you forget we can submit money? I was like, oh yeah, I sure did. I was sitting here bitching about them trying not to take the money, and that was on me. My bad.
That's
I mean,
BPD training.
That
Can't
is,
help
yes.
it.
I am.
Sticks with you.
I was in that same mindset.
What you know, we work different.
I don't even touch
Absolutely.
anyone's money. I'm like, dog, you have $3 right there. Can you please grab it? He's like, grab the money before we talk. Over there, you got a cell phone. Grab your cell phone because that's what the
Do you have
money and
things?
cell phones what people fight for
Even
nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
though we
All
don't
day.
recover it, I make the officer count the money on body cam in front of me because they're not gonna say that I took it.
Absolutely not.
They're not gonna say I took it. So I want to know before we leave the scene exactly
$22.
what is there
Them $22 go a long way.
and
Counted
53 cents.
hundreds. Yes, and the change.
You better tell me what
Down to
change
the
is in that
penny.
pocket.
That's what
Why
I'm
is it
saying.
always 53
Integrity.
cents?
Down to the penny.
How does it come down to 53 cents?
Yo,
What did you buy?
for real.
Why is it always 53 cents?
I went to Aldi's the other day, right? Some dude just hell bent. Can I take your card back? I said, yeah. I said, well, what's going
Oh,
on?
he wanted the quarter.
He need that quarter.
He needed the
I
quarter.
said, take it. Yeah, go ahead, that motherfucker. Go ahead. And he was like, I need that quarter. Go ahead.
Did you flick it to him like, bling?
No, you got to bring it back, return it
To
for
get
the quarter to come out.
Are you telling me you
Where-
never stopped at Aldi?
Wait a
You never
minute,
shopped at Aldi's, bro?
What are you talking about?
Are you?
I don't know.
Oh, are you too
Are you
bougie
serious,
for
bro?
Aldi?
You too bougie for
Are you
Aldi's,
too
bro?
bougie for Aldi?
I don't
Are you
know.
a stop and shop kind of guy? Like,
Nah.
Stop and Shop is north. It's giant
That's
here.
Giant.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta-
yeah.
this
Giant
shit does
or
stop and shop
shoppers?
here too, though.
Do they?
Yeah.
Safeway.
That's
Ooh,
my bad.
Safeway.
Safeway,
Safeway
Giant.
is bougie.
That's a bougie one. Okay, not as
We gotta-
bougie
You
as like
really-
Wegmans or
Nah, I got a
You
mom's.
really have never stopped
and
at Aldi?
I got a mom's and I got a Costco.
Oh, okay.
I saw that. Yo,
There's literally, you gotta keep going down the street and it's right there.
I saw,
This is Giants. I fuck with Giants.
It's right by the Giant.
I fuck with Giants. I, like
I saw the
Giants.
difference.
I do too. I'm not gonna
What?
lie.
In price.
In price? Yes.
Safeway, Aldi's,
Yeah.
at least $100 something cheaper.
I work,
Save that
I'm
money.
Harris
Seriously.
Teeter. all
Okay, that's
day.
bougie.
Now with the
This
VIP,
Lambo
Sorry,
money,
us
son.
crime lab technicians
now
don't
with
make
the
that
VIP,
money.
you gotta go
so
get that
we don't
VIP
get
card.
to-
Get the VIP card. Boop, half off. Bing.
Yeah,
Out of there.
right. Half off.
Or maybe,
Nah.
or maybe like 10%.
10
but still,
cents?
but still,
10 cents, 0.10.
Ever since I got
You
the,
got a poke bowl, freshly done.
you're
Aldi
funny.
don't got no Pokeball.
But your Aldi's is official.
Aldi is.
Official.
That's the spot.
But you know, all these and I think Whole Foods are.
They are.
It's the
Oh,
same.
and Trader
it's the same.
Joe's.
Trader
Trader
Joe's.
Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
They're brother companies. I
Yeah,
think
they're
it was
like sister
two
companies.
German brothers who own, like, they own the
Yeah,
store.
one
and then
brother
they got
said,
in
I'm
a fight.
gonna go the bougie route. He said, I'm gonna be over here with the people.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Makes sense.
Because I know Aldi's got that good chocolate, though.
We kept it in the family.
German chocolate, yeah.
They got that good chocolate.
They got
I
good
do know
salmon,
Aldi's
too.
for that.
See now.
For that.
They never
for
increased their prices,
that,
right?
for that
They
kind
put
of, for that kind of
their,
roja, you heard? I mean,
It is good.
So,
Um,
wow. So how many years you got total now?
4.
4.
Yep.
How many?
Like,
Hold
what
on.
are
What's
we
the
at?
contract
4?
for you guys?
Contract?
Yeah. Do you have a contract?
No.
No.
you
Oh,
said,
30.
she just whispered 30.
25, I thought. 30. Is it 30?
Even at Howard County.
I don't know about Howard County.
No, I think it's 25. I don't know.
We talked about this though. I'm gonna be the old lady on the scenes.
All right. So for all the kids out there,
Mm-hmm.
what do you tell them for being crime lab technicians?
Oh my God, we love the kids.
What is the
We love
joy
kids.
of being at
We
in
love
that
the
career
kids.
field?
So at least okay, so before the pandemic and stuff like that, like we limited our calls, but before that we would go out to burglaries and there'd be all these kids there and they see what we're doing and they're interested. And the parents are always like, go away. And it's like,
I'm
no,
like,
no.
yeah, come on.
No, they can stay.
Right.
Like, let them stay here. And as soon as I'm done processing that window and I'm got everything I need off them, like, come here, touch the window, put your hand on there. And they do it. And then I put the powder and then I put the tape and I lift it and I give it to them. I go, look at your fingers. And then look at this card. And they're like, and it's just the reaction that they give is like, this is so cool. So even if we do that to 10 kids and only 2 of them are like those 2 kids are going to remember that forever.
Absolutely.
And hopefully they take that into school and be like, I want to learn more. Like, what makes a fingerprint? What, how can I do this?
That's dope.
Yeah.
I will go out on a limb and say, like, kids is probably the main reason why we serve communities.
Mm-hmm.
Kids, like, they don't know, oh my God, he's a cop. Like, we used to get out of the car, throw football, play catch. And like what you're just saying, like, kids is probably the best part of this job, because you go into these different pockets of communities and you meet all these different kids and it's just so much love out of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the kids are really like, it's the hope. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
my fault, I get a little emotional.
But they don't know that there's another life out there.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't know anything different than what is surrounding them. So when you give them something more, they're like, what is this?
And even
This
more
is
than that,
great.
just showing them some love or some attention. I think that's what a lot of kids miss, is like they don't get attention from people, or like people are like dismissing them because, oh, you're just a kid. Like, I'll sit there and I'll talk to you and I'll have a conversation with you. Or like I remember leaving like a B&E one time up in the Eastern, and then all these kids were riding their bikes up and down the street and they're like, oh, hey, Ferret. Like, I got out the car and like, I'll talk to you and like, hey, what are you guys doing today? What's your name? Like, what do you like? How's it going? Like, just a little bit of attention, because people be like, you kid, get out of here.
Right.
Like, I will.
But it's a hard balance, because there are
It is.
parents out there that'll be like, don't talk to them. Because they
Or
consider
be like,
us.
they're gonna arrest
police.
you. I'd be like, I'm not police. I can't.
It's
We
true.
don't. There's no defining like, oh, okay, they're just crime lab. No, they're police. They look like police. They come with police. They
Yeah.
are police. That's it.
On the last episode, or a couple episodes before, I went into a rant about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that day I was like walking the block, and I had our lawyers here. Shout out to Charlie. This kid comes up. He's like, "Hey man, like, oh my God, the gun!" And and I'm like, he's digging it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ice cream truck pulls up, and I'm like, "You guys," I never carry cash. I had cash, and I'm like, "Get whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?"
Mm-hmm.
Dad's like, "No, they're good."
No.
So I'm like, "Are you gonna come over here and buy ice cream for them?"
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Nah." So I'm like, "So then why are you robbing these kids from ice cream? Like,
A little bit
just
of joy.
because of
A
my
little bit of joy.
profession.
Just a little bit.
My
A little bit of joy.
profession." It's like, bro, I look like you.
Mm-hmm.
I look like you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I look like you, and I'm feeling your kids. The kids are feeling me. Like, let's make this a dope experience. Because that kid could grow up and be like, you know what? I want to be that detective that came through and bought ice cream for the block. But dad, because of dad's whatever insecurities or whatever dad is going through,
Mm-hmm.
he robbed these kids from that. And that's the problem with our society.
Yeah,
man.
like those kids, the instant they hear a story
kids
about
got
like,
nothing
oh,
to do with
all
it.
cops are bad or whatever, he'll be like, no, I have a story.
Right.
No, like, no,
Like,
no,
nah,
I
there was
know.
a dude
Yeah.
with a luscious beard, came through, you know what I'm saying? And bought the
Like,
truck
did you
out.
see his beard?
Right.
Did they say that?
That's what he would tell his mother. But that's beside.
I'm done.
I'm joking. No, but for real, it's about the kids. Like,
Absolutely.
But you know what we bring to the table is we show them a different lens on life
right.
Yeah.
that they haven't been adjusted to.
Yeah.
So what he's saying, like, we come from that.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what he just said.
And that's what it's about. It's about every interaction that we come across. We want to make it so vital that it changes their perspective and outlook on life. And I just pray and hope that we do that to everybody we encounter. I hope this podcast gets out to everybody so they can know the importance of our crime lab technicians and the vital position that you guys play on us and police work in general. And it means everything. You guys get any special shout outs you want to give to anybody? before we wrap this up?
BBD Crime Lab.
Yeah, absolutely. I you know what, another thing I want to highlight is that the Crime Lab unit is, I'm gonna say 85% female.
Is
we
it?
are, yes.
If that's the case, give out your
We
IG.
are
What's up? Give it out.
85% female.
What's
And
up?
like I feel like we run this shit. People, you know,
That's dope.
that's like we know what we're doing. We are highly educated women,
Yeah,
and we're
all
out
smarter.
here.
Absolutely.
You know, people look at us like, oh, just, you know, sometimes higher ups maybe look at us like we just some trash collectors, whatever. But y'all need us.
Yes, we
I
are
don't think
not
so.
garbage
We are
collectors. We
not
do
garbage
not just
collectors.
pick up stuff off of the street.
There's
Right.
a process.
Yeah.
I
love
have
y'all. We
been
love
in
y'all.
trouble.
Talk your shit.
I have been in trouble for this shit before.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'll be on a shooting scene, and Crime Lab shows up, and you know, of course, depending on who it is, obviously, and I'm like,
You're
this is
good.
Like, you're good.
Like this-
Sit back.
like this negative aspect of what just happened with Crime Lab is like, bet I know they got me. You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to give out your IG or no? Okay, cool.
I'm good. Yeah.
Shout
God,
outs.
my
Any
students-
shout outs?
Well, shout outs to the BPD Crime Lab. That's really it.
Howard
my
County,
people.
too. You
Howard
work there
County
now.
Crime Lab, yes. My girls over at Howard County.
Dope.
Most of them are from
And
BPD
I'll give
too.
a shout out to to Carroll County Sheriff's
Originated.
Department, the cell phone investigator, Q Dan, my partner.
Hey girl.
Nice.
Hey girl. Hey girl.
They left us, but I
What's
still
up,
love
girl?
them.
Come through.
It's all good. All right, my peoples. It's episode 117. I want to thank my sister Tatiana. I want to thank Kelly for coming out and letting you guys know the importance of what they do in this career that we serve. It's paramount. Their position, it's paramount our position on building a case and getting that case convicted, getting the suspect thrown in bars. So everybody
right
plays
person.
absolutely.
Right person.
Everybody plays a vital role in what we do and how we serve. So with that being said, it's episode 117. You guys be safe,
See ya.
be well, love y'all. Keep squares out your circle. Keep working hard. Hard work ethic. Need that. We love y'all. Be safe. Talk to you soon. Peace.
Peace and love.
The views and opinions expressed on the Silverback Chronicles podcasts are those of the hosts, producers, or the guest appearing on the program. They do not reflect the views and opinions of the federal, state, or local government. This includes but not exclusive to the Department of Defense, Homeland, and the Baltimore City Police Department. The Silverback Chronicles podcast with Dre, Big H, and Triple C. Hit the subscribe button, like and comment.